All right, everyone. This is the Education Writers Association webinar on school choice data. Thank you all for joining us today. We have some really interesting people to talk to us about data, what parents want to know, how we as reporters can help parents access what they want to know. So first, I'm Danielle Dreilinger. I'm a reporter with NOLA.com at the Times-Picayune in New Orleans. And we have Bill Jackson with Great Schools. And we also have Aisha Rashid with New Orleans Parents Guide. And I just wanted to say a couple of things first as we're getting started about why this information is important. So first of all, New Orleans, as some of you guys might know, is ground zero for school choice because the entire system is choice. There's no default neighborhood schools. Every parent has to choose a school for their child, which is a huge, huge, huge job. So here it's particularly important that parents have access to information that's going to help them make these decisions. But as we all know, no matter how much, parents always have some kind of choice over where their kids go to school. It might be where they choose to live. It might be, do they send their kids to live with another family member in a better school system? Some people send their children to private school. And I'm sure also just as reporters, all of us all the time get questions like, hey, is this school good? What do you think of that school? What have you heard about it? So some of the things that we've done, oh, and also, of course, we're getting lots of data from the state, especially with so much evaluations and standardized testing, so that we're trying to present that in a way that's useful as well. So I'm going to show you guys. So here are some things that we have done in New Orleans at the Times-Picayune to just go over some of this stuff. One thing we recently learned, I don't know if you guys saw this study, NPR covered it, a bunch of people covered it. The Education Research Alliance for New Orleans just released a study about what do parents care about when they're looking for a school in New Orleans. And what they found is that the academic ranking as measured by a school performance score, like a letter grade, was not the #1 priority. But Aisha co-organized a panel on this in which a lot of parents said, they really cared about academic quality. It's just they didn't think it could be boiled down to a letter grade with Louisiana test scores. Another study that came out recently that you guys might have seen is for the Center on Reinventing Public Education. So here it's how parents experience public school choice. And that also had a bunch of sections about what parents care about when they make their decisions. And then this here, I'm pulling this up that my colleague Jessica Williams did. So this is a recent problem that we had. We had teacher evaluations come out the day after the school performance scores, the state letter grades came out. These say, are your school's teachers effective? How many of them are effective? This sounds like really great information that parents would want to know, but at the same time, it's incredibly confusing because A, these grades had nothing to do with the letter grade of a school. There were schools that were F schools where most of the teachers were rated highly effective. And also just trying to explain to people what they meant was really challenging for us. And one thing we did to try to make it at least easier for parents to look up the information is we've done a lot of databases recently. So this is Search Your Louisiana Teacher Evaluation Rankings. So I'm going to pull up a school that I cover, which is Einstein Charter in New Orleans. And so here we are. We see this school is Einstein Charter School, the teachers, and 28% of them were rated highly effective this year, 62% in the next category down, which is not, we still have to explain to parents what that actually means, but at least there's a way they can get this data. So I'm really interested today to talk with our panelists, hear the questions that you guys have, and learn more how we can get better information to parents and perhaps broaden our own understanding of how parents choose and what makes a school good in the first place. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Bill.
Great. Thank you, Danielle. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for participating in this. It's exciting to be able to share some of our insights at Great Schools about this question. actually at the Education Writers Association in-person meeting within the last 2 years, I'm not sure the exact date, I shared some insights about what parents care about with regards to schools that we've learned at grade schools. And in this, thinking about what advice I would give to reporters and editors looking to provide good school information